Well, hello, all you glorious people of the interwebs. We're finally getting the golden pickle for Monster Hunter World on PC. That's right, with tonight's event quest, we will be receiving Tempered Deviljho at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the PC. This is by far one of the most difficult quests currently in Monster Hunter World, even for the consoles. You can argue that some of the Arch-Tempered Elders are a pain, but this one is by far, in my opinion, the worst. Now that being said, we will be covering some tips and tricks that will drastically increase your survivability against Tempered Deviljho, as well as 2 builds that will really make this fight a lot easier. As long as you follow a lot of the stuff in this guide, you can adjust it to your personal playstyle, but as long as you go with the baseline, this fight will be a lot easier, although one mess up can really change the tides of this fight. Now, before we get started with all of the gear, I do want to cover some really important stuff at the Canteen that will really help your party succeed at defeating Tempered Deviljho. Now, first things first, we want to check and see what our daily food skills are available for that day, and feline insurance is by far the most important. This prevents your group from being penalized the first time a member faints, and will really increase your survivability, well, not survivability, but your party's success rate for completing this quest, because many times you're actually getting it right down to the line, especially when people are first encountering this monster. Now that leads me into Chef's Choice Platter. If you have feline insurance, you'll see here that when we're eating Chef's Choice Platter, feline insurance is actually not an option. Now, this is why I made the video way back in the day, to stop always relying on Chef's Choice Platter, because it's not always going to be the best. Yes, you see all these fancy numbers with the plus health and plus stamina, but you can get all of that by eating in the field. We'll review that here in just a moment, but what you really want to be doing is making your own custom platters, or just eating something like this Defense Up Large, which will get you feline insurance and black belt with it. Now, we can also make our own custom meals, but this will at least get you Defense Up Large and feline insurance, although you'll see down at the bottom that we've got an activation chance of 1 star. The way you want to resolve that is by using a voucher. So you can see when we actually go to use our voucher and we go to eat a meal, you'll see under our veggie or our fish platter for our Defense Up Large, we will guaranteed to get Black Belt, Dung Master, and Trainer this time. We want to make sure that we have insurance. And you'll see that it's a little weird how this works, how it'll randomize which things you get. So what you're going to want to do is actually go ahead and create a custom platter at this point. And we still want to eat for defense, and this is where I would go ahead and eat for Moxie as well, because we are using a voucher, we might as well get the most out of it. So this will prevent faints 1 time when damage exceeds your remaining health. This is Guts. It's very good to have. Basically what happens is if you're going to get 1 shot and you're above a certain level of health, you'll be reduced down to 1 HP, have a chance to recover, which basically prevents a faint so long as you can get back on your feet and heal yourself. Now, if you don't have all of the materials for this, unfortunately, you might have to go into a different tier. So you might not be able to get Defense Up Large, but you'll still be in a better place than you were just eating Chef's Choice Platter. So we're going to go ahead and eat as many of these to get... So we have Defense Medium, and then you can go ahead and go for something like Attack Up Small. So you get Defense Medium and Attack Up Small, which is far better than the Chef's Choice, and we have insurance. Not only do we have insurance, we have Moxie, Attack Up Small, and Defense Medium. So this is where making your own meals comes in really handy. I know that was a really long process, but I hope this kind of clears up the Canteen for some of you to understand why Chef's Choice Platter is not always the best. And as you can see, we got Moxie, Dung Master, and insurance. Pretty much the best case scenario. Now, for those of you that don't know, if you are not eating Chef's Choice Platter and the food buff doesn't show you getting the plus 50 health, all you have to do is either eat Nutrients, Mega Nutrients, Max Potion, or an Ancient Potion. If you're using Mushroom, you can also use Mandragora, and you can get the leftover HP very easily. You can also do that for rations and stuff like that if you so desire. Now you also see up on the top left corner two little flashing orangish red things. that is your guts buff. As long as your HP is above that line, if you get one shot, you'll actually live and have 1 HP. Particularly useful, so you've got guts and feline insurance on this, which is really, really good. Now let's go ahead and get into this build. Now I am showing this survival build with the Fire and Ice dual blades, but this will work with just about any weapon, especially depending on your playstyle. You can change up the decorations how you see fit. Now, we have the Dragon King Eye Patch Alpha, Val Hazak Male Beta, the Val Hazak Braces Beta, Val Hazak Coil Beta, and the Diablos Greaves Beta. We also have the Handicraft Charm. Obviously, if you don't need to get White Sharpness, you can use pretty much whatever charm you so desire. Now, as far as skills go, we've got Health Boost level 3, Recovery Up, Weakness Exploit, Handicraft, and Divine Blessing level 3. We've got Tremor Resistance level 2 thanks to the Diablos Greaves Beta. Now, there is one attack where you will fall down, but you actually will get right back up, and it's perfectly fine. You can run 3 levels of Tremor Resistance to have no issues with that whatsoever, but regardless, 2 is pretty good. We've also got Recovery Speed level 2, Peak Performance 2, and Protective Polish to keep that white level of sharpness. Now, as far as the decorations go, we do have a Sharp Jewel for the Protective Polish, Tenderizer to get that 3rd level of Weakness Exploit. We have 3 Medicine Jewels because our Fire and Ice dual blades are augmented with Health Regen, and this does stack with it, so we get plus 30% for each tick we get from Health Regen, as well as when we actually have to eat. We've got Protection Jewels on here for 3 levels of Divine Blessing, which will come in extremely handy, and this does proc quite often. Then we've got Vitality decorations in here to get that health boost. The plus 50 health comes in very handy. Then we've got, that's it. That's all the decorations. Pretty relatively straightforward build, and it is really a good against strong monsters like this. Now, if you're curious and want to compare this defensive health region build to your super awesome deeps build, we'll just go ahead and just do one of these bad boys right here. The damage difference isn't drastic, and the amount of increased damage that you'll be able to do by not having to heal is pretty darn substantial. So, pretty good build, and obviously I can't show you every single weapon, or this will be the longest episode ever, but this can be used with a myriad of different weapons. Now let's go ahead and get into the next build, which is my amazing Toot Toot Heals build with the Deep Varo. This is by far my favorite build for carrying people through just about any fight. This is using the Deep Varo, which has attack extra large and defense extra large, as well as health boost, and this is going to be a wide range build so we can heal all of our party members as well. So we are using the Friendship Charm 3 with the Guild Cross Circlet Beta, Kushala Sista Beta so we can get white sharpness, Kaiser Vambraces Alpha, Guild Cross Coil Beta, and Diablos Greaves Beta. Now, as far as these skills go, we do have Wide Range level 5, Health Boost, Weakness Exploit, Speed Eating, Divine Blessing level 3, Tremor Resistance level 2, Handicraft 2, and Fortify 1. Just in case you do die, you just have Fortify in there. It's part of the Guild Cross, and I needed more 1-slot decoration, basically level 1 decoration slots. So as you can see here, we've got 2 Friendship decorations to get the 5 levels of Wide Range. We have 3 Gobbler Jewels, a Tenderizer to get that final level of Weakness Exploit, 3 Vitality decorations, and a Protection decoration to get that final level of Divine Blessing. Now you can swap out the Vitality decorations, or even just one of the Vitality ones, for something like the Sonorous Jewel, which increases the effect duration of Hunting Horn Melodies, which is honestly what I would go with. I don't necessarily need the 3 levels of Vitality, and you can even swap out these maybe for defense, or whatever you want. Maybe even Steadfast, as having stun resistance could be particularly important, arguably more important than having the extra health. That's really going to be depending on your playstyle and how much you anticipate being hit. But all in all, this is a really well-balanced build, and we can get a ton of defense. Now, I do not have this entire set augmented. I actually ran out of decorations, or not decorations, but armor spheres. So you can actually get this up to about 450 I think 39 defense. It's at 417 right now. Might actually be higher than that once you actually get it fully augmented. But we can show you how much of an increase we get with the defense up extra large, which goes to your entire party. And this build is also amazing because not only are you increasing the party's defense, but you're also increasing their attack, which honestly, when I'm using this, the Deviljho fights go very, very fast. So you'll see here that we'll go ahead and buff up. We're at 1,000 attack right now. Our defense goes up to 474. Oh, we couldn't encore it. So right now we are at 1,147 attacks. We got about 140 more attack, and we're at 474 defense without encoring and getting the extra large. Let's go ahead and do that now. So we're now up to 1,193 and 492 defense. This will boost you into about the 520 defense range when it's fully augmented, which will drastically increase your party's survivability. Now, I hope you all enjoyed this video. It could have been a lot longer, and I could have gone in depth into each weapon's build, but I figured giving the baseline would be the best way to do this, and then you can kind of adjust it to your own personal playstyle. So I hope this baseline really helped you guys understand what you're going to need to defeat Tempered Deviljho. Just keep in mind that sacrificing a little bit of attack to increase your survivability is really key for this fight, especially because people die to it very, very quickly, and your DPS doesn't matter if you're dead. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to show your support and smash that like button. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!